Hi, I'm Ebony Lassiter, and I will be discussing the CRAAP method for evaluating websites. So we'll start with the C, which is currency. And what I found most important under currency was the date that the website was copyrighted for, or at least the update, and if the links were functional. I did not find an issue with functional links in any of the sites that had updated um, publishing years. After the C for currency, we move on to the R for relevance. And this is where you ask yourself, is the information provided on this site appropriate for the topic that I am researching? And what I found was once you put in a Google search, there's no shortage of websites that pop up with your topic, but I found myself asking a few more of the questions listed under relevance, like who was the intended audience and if the information was at an appropriate level. Through my research, a lot of the websites were either intended for parents or teachers of children learning math or working through math concepts. And oftentimes I found that the websites were appropriate for both parents and teachers, as the information was a little more relatable to parents. And I didn't find that it spoke to them as if they were educators and just expected to know certain educational phrases and terms and acronyms. After the R for relevance is the first A, which is authority. And this was the source of the information. I almost found that this was the most important part of the whole evaluation process. Who put the information out there? We hear all the time that, everything on the internet is not true. You can't believe everything you read on the internet. And so it's really important to know who's putting the information out there. One of the things that I learned, and I will be more cognizant of after this assignment, is to really pay attention to the end of the URL. I didn't recognize that the .com stood for commercial. I did know that edu was education and gov was government, but I didn't put a lot of thought into what came after the dot to consider where the source of information was coming from. After authority, the second A is accuracy. And this talks about the reliability and truthfulness of the content. Again, this is one of those situations where people can put anything on the internet, and you have to ask yourself if the information has been reviewed. Is it supported by any sort of evidence, and is the information biased? And what I found while researching websites specifically on math topics is, from my professional experience, a lot of the information and resources were accurate. However, I was surprised to find that a whole lot of it was not cited. I'm actually not positive that any of my websites had information that was cited and provided a link or any sort of reference page to be able to go back to. So that was really interesting to find. And the last P in the acronym CRAAP is for purpose. What is the reason that this information exists? And oftentimes, as I was searching websites, again, on my mathematics topics, when I would stumble across websites that at first glance appeared to provide resources for educators and kids and parents that were engaging and that would allow kids to practice mathematical concepts. However, when I did some more lateral reading and Googled the names of companies that were listed at the bottom of the web page or off to the side, then you find that actually this is a company that may be offering a free trial. However, the hope is, and the promotion on the page was to get you to sign up for a membership or a subscription that would then give you access to more information. So overall, I found this method to be very helpful, and I would like to know if there is a kid-friendly version of this, as I will be teaching 4th grade next year, and I'd like for my students to be able to use this information to evaluate websites.